In progress.
In my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
This is hot garbage. Two big meat sandwiches collide and splash.
All right, everybody, coming at you.
Soundboard works.
Cow Podcast, let's go. C-O-W. All right, it's enough. It's enough. What up? Welcome to the Comedians of Wrestling Podcast. I am back in the States, baby, in a state of confusion, in a state of constant sexuality, in a state of caffeination, ready to discuss all of my muy spicy wrestling reactions.
Is your microphone in a good position now?
Is it fucked up? Do I keep moving it?
I don't know.
I know, I keep moving up.
Oh boy.
All right, well, now I moved it again. That wasn't good for business. People are talking. What up? Welcome to the Comedians of Wrestling podcast where comedians dissect wrestling to an unhealthy degree. Tullo, what up? Nick Tullo in the house. At Tiptoe Tullo.
What's up? I feel like I'm wearing a lot of fire merch right now.
Why are you sounding so low to me? I gotta adjust my set. I'm back in studio for a while, so I gotta adjust my settings. Tullo, talk.
We probably should have did a check before this. I mean, we were hanging out like 15 minutes before the podcast started.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things we should do. You know, there's a lot of things that we should do. Whew. Welcome back, everybody. I will tell you this: I was in Mexico. Everybody knows I was in Mexico for 2 weeks, and I am happy to be back in the States. You know. Happy to be back in the States. I'm happy to be back home. Nothing feels like home, people say, and people are not lying. How are you, Tullo?
I'm doing good. Yeah, man. It's been busy time at work, but I'm happy we're back. I'm happy there's really good professional wrestling on, and I'm just overall just happy boy.
Okay. All right. Good. Glad you're happy.
Thanks, man.
As opposed to being not happy, that's good.
Yeah, I'm groovy, baby.
Are you drinking?
I'm having a beer.
Tullo, so you're a guy who just like crushes a beer, like you get home from like a day of work and then you just Shiner, right? You're also is that Oktoberfest?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not that guy. But
did you crack it just for the pod then?
I mean, I had a busy day of work, and then I sat down and football was on, and I was like, oh, now's a good time for a beer, and I had one, and then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to record. I want another one.
Oh, so it's your second beer.
Second beer, that's it, casual beer. Like a glass of wine.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm jealous of that. Like, I want to be a guy. I want to be, like, I always, like, I don't even think to drink. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Like, not like drinking. Like, you know, like I'll drink when I'm out at if I'm out at dinner or something. You know.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I'll order a drink. It's here, but I never go on the couch and go like, maybe I'll just crack one. You know.
Well, do you have beer in your house?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. I have beers like I have. Yeah. Of course.
Well, you know, I don't usually. I'll rather open up a bottle of wine and have a glass or two or three or the whole bottle of wine.
Okay, so now I'm even more jealous. Okay, now I'm even more jealous because I'm like, I don't even think to like, oh, maybe pour a glass of wine with dinner. Like that doesn't like it, you know, that doesn't even cross my mind as a way to unwind. You know?
Yeah, I mean, wine is a great way. If you had a tough day, like opening up a nice bottle of red and pouring yourself a glass. And then you know,
That makes
just
sense
sit-
because I've never not had a tough. I can't even think of a day that wasn't tough. I feel like the
and
amount of
red
wine
kind of
I've
like
deprived
mellows.
myself of.
You know, that red wine kind of mellows you out. Like I like to drink beer when sports are on. It's a very sports heavy time of the year. Baseball's going on, playoffs are about to start, football's back, college
Can't
football.
relate to any of that. That's
Yeah.
one thing I'm not jealous of. I'm not jealous of that you care about sports.
That's fine. Uh,
Is football fever like higher this year? I noticed a lot
Yeah.
of people seem more pumped for football to come back
well,
than
I think it's
before.
like the overall like general state of life now. Everything feels like everybody's very excited that like things
Yeah.
are back. Like this feels like the real first year of normalcy, right? Last year still wasn't that normal, but now like everybody's like, "Oh shit, football's back." Like and they're ready to go to games and go to bars and get fucked up. Like we just had UT versus Alabama. I know this means nothing to you, but that Alabama's the #1 college football team and like Austin was insane for like the whole weekend, dude. It was nuts. And it wasn't like that. Like they didn't have that game last year, but we never got that vibe around the city. So things are back. People are going out, they're starting to do things again. They're losing their
Why-
minds.
why
They have no
would anyone-
self-control.
Maybe I get. All right, I'm trying to figure out like so why are people into collegiate sports, right? Like what's the benefit of college sport over like professional,
Well,
right?
Well,
Professional's
because
better?
you have more of a personal connection by a lot of the times it's people who support college sports went to that school. So like if you went to University of Florida, you know, like or if you went to fucking UCLA or like if you went to those schools, a part of your way of life. I mean, you went to Delaware. I went to every single college on Long Island. Okay, I didn't have an affiliation with, so I'm not really into college sports.
Well, that's
but,
why
like-
I'm a huge Rich Gannon fan
Yeah.
because he went to University of Delaware.
Yeah, love
Uh,
Rich Gannon. Won the
Wait,
Super
who did
Bowl,
we
didn't
have? Joe Flacco?
he? Joe Flacco.
I think he went to my college.
Yeah,
I think he was the quarterback at UD.
he was.
And I was like, wait, how is Delaware, University of Delaware pumping out any actual athletes? Like, wouldn't you play it like a better place?
Yeah, I
You
think
know?
Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl.
I think he did. I think he was like the Ravens, maybe?
Yeah, I think he did.
And I'm like, he went to Delaware? News to me. I mean, okay, so I'm always like, yo, why are people fans of like teams? I don't really get. I've talked about this before. I think it's one of the
Mhm.
great cons. You know, like, oh, this is my team. You know, but I guess at the same time, it's like familially, I get it because like my dad is like a Yankees fan, and that's like passed down, so that's kind of cool. But
Weird.
college, bro, now college is. Let's talk about just so that whatever. But college is becoming like completely irrelevant, right? Like the concept of college is kind of
Oh.
a scam. You know what I mean? And so now you're gonna have pride in this place that like didn't do shit for you, right?
I mean, yeah. The counterpoint there is it.
Yeah.
It didn't do shit for you, but you probably had like some of the best times of your lives. Like,
Well,
you know.
that is the reason that college rules.
Yeah.
The reason that college rules is because it's good. It's not a place for learning anything for most. But it is a
No, it's
place
for
to
partying,
have
getting fucked up.
Yeah, it's a place where your parents pay $100,000 for people just to party.
Like insane amount of money.
Oh man. Anyway, so but you're like, oh man, man, I don't know. I'm trying to think about it. I guess you could be like, all right, hey, at college, I had a great time in college. I got a lot of pride in that place. I want people to like also party there.
Yeah.
So in a way, it makes more sense than being a fan of just like this is the New York team.
Yeah.
You know, because you're like New York. That's where I was born. Whatever. All right. Anyway,
We talking.
You know, maybe. What are we even talking about? I don't know. I'm getting warm,
It's,
baby. I'm
by
back
the
in
way, if
States,
you're
I'm getting
new,
warm.
keep listening. Okay, this is a
We'll talk about pro
podcast
wrestling. This is a pro
about.
wrestling podcast. We're gonna be talking about pro wrestling.
And I also think you said familially.
Familiarity.
You did not say familiarity. It was like
Familially.
familially.
Is familially a word?
I don't know. That just sounded like you were.
Familially.
I think familiarly.
Bro, it is a
There's
word.
got to be an R in there.
Familially. No, familially is a word. Wait, wait, that's familiality. The
Ah,
quality of oh my god, yo, the word you're gonna love this. The qu- the word familiality. The
that's not what
definition
you
is
said. Just so let's be clear, that's not what you said.
no, I know
Okay.
the word I said, but the word
What'd you say?
familiality,
Okay.
the the definition of that is the quality of being familial. Okay, I said familially. Wait,
Familially?
familially. Familially is a word, bro. It's familially is within a family among like blood relatives.
Bro, you legit said that and it stopped me in my tracks. I was like, what did he just say?
Familially, bro, because you know what? Because I got my
'Cause-
education at UD, baby. Big game, Joe Flacco and Rich Gannon.
Were you guys like
Anyway,
the bluebirds or something? Blue
yeah, the
somethings?
blue
Blue
hens,
hens?
bro. The
Blue
blue hens,
hens?
blue hens. Yeah, everyone knows. People love the blue hen. You know, the funny thing about a college, like I went to University of Delaware, right? The funny thing about going to school like UD is like it's actually not that easy to get into. It feels like a school where you're like, hey, it's a whatever school, but it's pretty competitive, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I expanded my, so like you know, Long Island, I think people kind of respect it because it's more of like a Northeast school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it carries no weight once you get into California. You know, when you hit the West Coast, no one's like University of Delaware, but they do know like Maryland. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
do know like Michigan.
Yeah.
The thing about UD, just like the whole state of D, the
Mm-hmm.
whole state of Delaware, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it carries no fucking weight.
Yeah, nothing. It's like this big.
Fucking Rich Gannon and Flacco, nothing. The Rock kicked off football. Did you see that?
I did. I thought it was
The Rock.
may have been one of his worst promos ever.
Okay, I gotta be honest. It's interesting you say that. He
He fumbled. All puns intended.
what did he say?
He was like,
I think The Rock's been a little off lately. I gotta be honest.
maybe Black Adam took a little out of him.
Well, I don't think Black Adam trailer looks bad. Am I wrong about that? You did you like it? Did
I
you
mean,
see it?
I'm not gonna go see that in the theaters.
Dude, that trailer. Considering
going
he's
to-
been pumped, that trailer was bad. It literally. So I've seen it a couple times because it's played before movies I've seen,
Mhm.
right? And obviously I get pumped for The Rock. He looks awesome, whatever. But literally the trailer, he's like, I was a slave and then I died and I came back as a god. And you're like, okay, like, is there more to this? Like, okay, like it's a stupid origin story, you know?
I just,
How
you,
like this big A to Z jumps in there? You know what I mean? Like we're like, I
I'm
was a
just like-
slave,
I
then
mean,
I
there's
died,
like,
and then I came back as a god. Like he hit the luck of the draw there.
I mean,
What
this is
happened
the.
there? It's
Listen,
not a great origin.
I'm just saying,
People
if we're
like
gonna
Batman, Tullo. I'm talking over you because
Yeah,
Batman's in the way. By the way,
use, okay, I mean,
Batman's in the way. By the way, Batman's in the way. By the way, wait,
if we're gonna do it, make it official.
Batman makes so much. His origin story. I know. That's why I'm holding because I'm trying to find the Batman in the way because Batman's origin story is like he watched his parents get murdered, and then he's
Yeah.
like, I gotta dedicate my life to fighting crime, so this doesn't happen to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Okay? Done. Even Spider-Man. Okay.
gonna say.
I got bit by a radioactive spider and now I have the abilities of a spider. It's right? I was a slave and then I died and I came back as a god. That's not that great. And he's anyway.
I
It's
think the
actually
biggest.
the same origin story, I believe, of Christian Bale in Thor, Love and Thunder. I
Mm.
think it's the same thing. Anyway, Tullo, what were you saying?
I mean, if we're gonna use the biggest movie star in the world as a superhero, can we make him like Batman? You know, I mean, or like Superman, or like, I mean,
Batman in the way of doing the plot. What were you saying?
Man,
I'm just saying this. I don't know anything about the Black Adam character, but I was unimpressed by that. And then the trailer just was like kind of boring. The plot
I mean,
looked boring.
honestly, who's going to see that movie?
Well, here's the deal. I
The
think The Rock's
diehards,
only
right?
had. I think he's only had one real flop. I think the movie Rampage was a flop for him.
Really?
I mean, since he's, you know what I mean, like post
feel like-
Fast and the Furious.
I feel like
Rock, you know what
Rampage
I mean?
got 4 moves back in the day.
I don't think I even saw Rampage. So
I think
don't
he did.
I did.
I think there was a Rampage cow movie review. I could be wrong. I mean,
I don't think I saw it. Let's see. Wait, let's see. The Rampage, The Rock. Let's see what was the gate.
oh
Here-
my God. I just saw the dog jump off your
Wow,
couch
made a ton of.
and thought it happened in my room. And I turned around and looked to see the dog. And
You
but it
drinking
was
too many
happening.
beers, bro? The Rampage made a ton of dough.
Ton of dough, right? I thought so.
Yeah, a ton of dough. It was but I think in the theaters it didn't do that well.
Okay. Can you bring up like
What?
the Rock's top grossing films of all time? This is the best podcast in the world.
Even 2 years after its release. Yeah, it's pretty funny because I think it was. I don't know. Anyway, what am I looking up? The Rock's. Oh, you want to guess the Rock's biggest
Yeah.
box office? You
Jumanji
think
has
Jumanji's
to be number one.
Christina just 10
Jumanji
highest
1
grossing-
and Jumanji 2 might be 1, 2 for him.
Well, so this article is from July, so this is new. All right, number 10, coming in it. Wait, so how do we want to do this? You want to guess number 1, Christina? You want to play? All right.
Yeah, Christina.
All right.
I'm on board with Christina saying Jumanji's number 1, but I feel like I'm instantly going there, and I'm not thinking of every other fucking movie that this guy's been in.
Well, I'm gonna say, I
You're
think the
looking at-
number 1 highest grossing one is gonna be like Fast 5 or something.
Oh, I forgot about those ones.
I was thinking
what
of
I mean?
Fast. I was thinking
It's
of
kind of
Fast
like
movie.
cheating though, because it's not really a rock per se. But
What
I'm
about
gonna say,
I feel
I'm
like
gonna just stick
Skyscraper
with my
is gonna.
guts and say Fast 5.
I feel like Skyscraper is gonna sneak in.
Fast and the
there.
Furious number 5. It's called Fast 5.
I feel like
It's
Jungle
literally
Cruise.
called Fast 5.
Oh, but Jungle Cruise was in box
Can't hear
office.
Christina. No, it's not.
Fast and the Furious.
It's not called Fast and Furious 5. It's called Fast 5. Right?
Fast 5. Fast 5.
Yeah, it's called Fast 5.
I never heard of that movie.
You never heard of Fast and Furious 5? It's called Fast 5 though. It is Fast and Furious 5, but they called it Fast 5. All right, Christina, give me a look.
Okay, so what other movies has he been in? Can we just
Oh,
talk
man.
about Rock movies real quick? What other movies?
Yeah, we're
is
doing the
Rock?
Rock detour.
Skyscraper.
All right,
The
I'm just gonna read them.
Rocks.
I'm saying Fast
All right.
5. Christina, do you want to? You said Jumanji, and
I also go.
what-
I think I also go Jumanji,
all right,
but I feel
Number
like I'm missing
10
a very obvious.
is
one.
Rampage. Made
Rampage.
428 million. The one we were just
insane.
talking about. Definitely not a flop. Okay, I was
No.
not right. Okay. Number 9. This is surprising.
Mummy?
The Mummy Returns.
Oh yeah, Scorpion King.
404. Oh, but yeah, he was joining that franchise. Did you also see that The Rock? 2 things about The Rock. Okay, The Rock. He he congratulated Brendan Fraser. Did you see that?
Yeah.
For what?
So all right, so Brendan Fraser got a 6-minute standing ovation at the Venice Film Festival. Okay. For
what?
his movie called The Whale, which, interesting fact, is it's called The Whale. It's Darren Aronofsky's new movie coming out. Darren Aronofsky made The Wrestler.
Oh, really?
Great movie. Yeah,
Right.
Darren Aronofsky is a fucking great filmmaker, except for the movie Mother. That thing's an actual piece of crap. He said he wrote it in 5 days, and it shows. Now, I didn't see the movie The Fountain. He made this movie The Fountain. But Darren Aronofsky also made Black Swan, which is an incredible movie. Yeah.
Are all of his
He's
movies
great.
the something?
Well, no, Black Swan is no the.
Oh.
Tullo. He's Tullo, folks. He's
I
2
was-
beers deep.
I was
He
thinking of
still-
that
his head
before
is
you said
spinning
Black
from
Swan.
Familially.
Yeah,
Is
I'm not going to recover.
familially a word? Familially.
No, that's like famiglia. It's like family.
Yeah.
Be
You know, like familial? Like if something's familial, like that's familial thing.
Italian.
You don't know that word yet?
Really?
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is a word. And familially is, yeah, yeah.
Tullo says it's
If it's familial,
No, it's
like you're like,
definitely
oh,
not.
that feels like family. It feels that's like familial. You know,
It sounds like a word.
it is a word. And then there's familially and familiality.
Oh
All right,
my
this is a
God.
pro wrestling podcast. Number 9 is The Mummy Returns. Number 8, San Andreas.
Ooh, San Andreas. Yeah.
By the way, fun fact: these movies are making like pretty close. I mean, not really when you
Oh.
think about it, because 443
Pets.
million,
What was the Pets movie he's
473
in?
million is a lot more. What?
What about him and Kevin Hart? I feel like they did a comedy together.
Yeah, I
that's gonna be
know.
up there.
That's actually a great one. Like Central Intelligence, that
Yeah.
might be number 1. You know,
Yeah.
you know? All right, 8, San Andreas. Number 7, Fast 5,
Fast Five. There it is.
which was my pick for number 1.
Also known as Fast and the Furious 5.
Also known for Christina, Fast and the Furious 5.
What did Tullo say?
Tullo said,
Are you slowly scrolling up so it reveals?
all right, Fast 5. But here's the jump though. The jump to San Andreas. San Andreas made 473 million, and then Fast 5 made 626. Big jump.
Damn.
Oh man, you know what? The one I'm seeing that's number 6 is probably what I would have chosen if I thought about it, but it's only number 6, which is Moana. It's $643 million.
Wow. I thought that would have been. Now that you say it, I'm shocked it's only that. I thought it would be more.
Yeah. Well, what
Wow.
can you
This is
say?
a great
except,
list.
You're welcome.
I never saw. Spoiler alert. Never saw it.
You never saw Moana? It's
No.
terrific.
I gotta
It's
watch
very good. And The
I'll
Rock
watch it.
is great in it. He has the best song in it, I think. What can I say except you're welcome? Is that song? And then he has the other one is. It's a band, it's a band, it's a band, it's a band, it's a band. He doesn't sing that. The Rock doesn't sing that. The other one
it.
sings
Is that from
He
Frozen?
doesn't sing it. All right, number 5. You ready? By the way, it's Pro Wrestling Podcast. Number 5 is this movie stunk ass. Number 5, Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh yeah, I don't think I even watched that.
758 million.
It's insane. 758 million that made.
Who was Shaw and who was Hobbs?
He's Hobbs. Shaw is Jason Statham. All right, number 4 is Fast and Furious 6, which made more than 5. If anyone ever was curious about that,
And
788
more than Hobbs
million.
and Shaw.
Oh my God, number 3, Jumanji. Welcome
Oh,
to the jungle,
Shit.
which made 962 million. Basically made $1 billion. Wow.
Oh my God! Did Skyscraper make a Billy?
I don't know, bro. But Skyscraper might not be on here, bro. But we'll find
What
out.
else
Number
is
2.
left? Tooth Fairy?
Bro, number 2. Whoa, number 2 is The Fate and the Furious? The Fate of the Furious? When was that come out? Oh, that's...
Is that
What
what?
is this? Is
The
this
Fate
before
of the
filming
Fu-
was complete on Fast and Furious 7? I think this is what Fast and the Furious 8 was called. What? Fate? The Fate of the Furious? I don't even heard of that. You?
What?
It's number 2. All right, are you ready for the
crazy.
number 1 grossing rock film?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Jumanji 2?
Furious 7.
Oh my God, dude.
Is that Fast and the Furious?
I mean, I feel like I kind of got this right
Wait,
by saying a fast movie. No?
That's
What do you
so.
think, Christina?
was this Fast and the Furious?
The
7?
Fate
Yeah,
of the
Fast
Furious
7.
was 8. 7? Fast and Furious. And what was it called? Fast and the Furious 7?
Fate, the Fate of the Furious.
No, that's
Maybe
8.
'cause Fate
What
rhymes
was,
with
what was
8?
number 1?
Fast 7. It's called Furious 7, though. I mean, the namings of these are wild.
Furious 7. Which one was that? Oh, that was one
Rock
with
is
Ronda
so
Rousey.
wealthy.
Ronda Rousey was in that too.
The Rock is so wealthy. Christina just realized how wealthy The Rock is.
Yeah, he's a billionaire. Did you see
Fun
that?
fact
Ron-
about The Rock, he retweeted my trainer on his TikTok. He put
Love
it
that.
like you know when he does it's about drive, it's about that like that like kind of lame rap verse he does.
Yeah,
you know.
don't, your trainer was working out to that?
Wait, that no, he does a video where
Fire.
he's drinking Zoa and he raps that, and then like people can like post your train. Like I think he pulled her video offline of her training, you know. And
Oh
then
man,
posted it. It's pretty
society
cool.
is crazy.
Yeah. Wow. All right, that was pretty interesting. I'm glad we went there. But Darren Aronofsky. So the Rock. This is the thing about the Rock. It's so interesting. He's connected to everything. So like Brendan Fraser, who is kind of like at this point he became kind of like I hate talking about people like this, but he was definitely like a pretty irrelevant actor at this point, right? Clearly past his prime. Also, the thing the thing with Brendan Fraser is that he also like put on a ton of weight and he was losing his hair. He looked really he looks even now because the part he's playing in this movie apparently he plays like a 600-pound like gay man who's trying to connect with his daughter. It's like very
Damn.
sad, intense drama. But the story of this is it's Brendan Fraser. So Brendan Fraser gets this big ovation, you know, and it revitalizes his whole career. He's like super relevant again, you know, and The Rock just like is a fucking heat magnet.
Yeah.
Immediately tweets out like big props to my man Brendan Fraser, who like was big supporter of me being in Scorpion King, you know, my first big movie, you know, and you're like, The Rock, he cannot be The Rock cannot be like he cannot avoid heat, you know?
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I'll fucking ride the fucking heat of Brendan Fraser's comeback, you know? Like he's connected to that, you know? That's the thing about The Rock. He's like, it's like anybody does anything. He's like, yo, shout out to my man who did this, you know?
Tamina wins the
funny, it's all
24/7.
wrestling.
Tamina wins the 24/7 title. Yo, Tamina, I bought you a house.
Yeah, bought you a house. Like, you know, it's like anything can happen. The Rock finds a way. He's like, one time I shook this guy's hand, you know? But I was saying The Rock slipping because, you know, obviously not slipping the physique, and obviously he's the man always and whatever, blah, blah, blah. I've seen him just be like a little more lame, a little lamer than I liked lately. Just enough. That's it. I don't know. Why is he was in football twice, right? Did he do the Super Bowl and then he kicked off the season, right? That's enough SoFi. It's enough.
Hey, SoFi.
Cool thing about SoFi,
home
by
of
the way,
WrestleMania.
I flew over SoFi on my way back. At night.
Spit on
it's
it?
right by the airport. It's beautiful. They make the glass ceiling say SoFi. Like it's very cool to look at from the plane. You know.
Sick.
Yeah. Anyway. All
All
right.
right, pro wrestling.
Let's talk pro wrestling.
I mean,
I
arguably.
want to start at.
That might have been the
Grand Slam.
greatest opening 27 minutes in podcast history. We're
Was
like,
it?
oh,
I
we're
think-
back.
I'll be
Yeah, we're
honest,
back to
the
regular.
First three were a little.
We're back to
weren't
we're
great.
back to regular record. Guys, we're back. Everything's back. Let's get back in the groove. 30 minutes later.
Oh yeah, let's talk wrestling. Did you ask for questions?
I did. I got some.
That's so funny. I was going to tell you to do that.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes when things get back together, you know, we're on the same wavelength.
So let's take questions as we go because but I want to talk quickly about Grand Slam. I just want to say that AEW, because we talked a bunch of crap about them last week, you know.
Yeah.
But I want to say this: I'll always give them props for how they make random Wednesdays feel important. I still think it's the best thing they do. You know.
Well, there was a
Grand Slam is still just a Raw. You know.
That's it.
Right.
Which is interesting because here's something I thought about AEW, right? So there was a time from like what was the one in Vegas? Double or Nothing to into July where every single thing they did to like Forbidden Door, every single show was like there was Road Rager, there was Fighter Fest, there was fucking Clash, I don't know, something at Quake at the Lake, like every single show, and nothing felt special. Like it didn't feel like it was special anymore because they were doing so much.
Right.
This one feels a little more special just because of the history that Grand Slam has, right? So like I think of Grand Slam and I think of Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson, right? And I'm like, oh shit. But this one, I feel like they're forcing themselves to treat it like a big deal, and they could be missing, but at the same time, I think they're in a money zone right now, right? But like it's Dynamite was I think awesome this week, and the ratings were like crazy. They were like almost at 1.2 million. So like, man, oh man, is wrestling back because everybody's tuning in right now. I don't know if you feel that, but I feel like everybody's looking like there's not a week in wrestling that goes by right now where there isn't something going on. This week was the PWI 500. So like we're in this interesting era. And then now you have We're on the precipice of Grand Slam. NXT Black and Gold is back. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you call me the supermark all you want, Dan Black, but like, I think it's easy to admit that we are just right there right now, you know?
Wrestling is an interesting, cool zone. I mean, wrestling is very dope right now. I think the biggest thing in wrestling is the lack of Vince. That's what makes everything feel real
Fresh.
You know, it makes everything feel real interesting because it's interesting to watch WWE and not assume that they're gonna fuck it up. You know, so that's pretty fucking cool.
Like,
But here's my thing. What I was saying is that Daniel Bryan Moxley is definitely a big match. You know, no way around that.
Massive.
That's a massive match.
It's Cobra Kai.
It's a massive match. It's cool. It's not as big as if we got CM Punk Daniel Bryan though. You know, that would have been way bigger. And that's why it's interesting because one of the questions here. I'll just jump right to the question because this will tie in. But John Silva said. He said, if Tony Khan has to choose between keeping Punk or keeping the Elite, who should he keep? You know, and my immediate answer was like the Elite. You know,
Yeah.
because first off, it's more talent and whatever they started it, but it is still interesting that my brain then goes, yeah, Daniel Bryan Punk, that's the match.
Well,
you know?
here's another argument too, and this can tie into one of the other questions as well. But like, CM Punk was the number 3 wrestler on that list this year.
I know. Are you talking about the PWI list?
Yeah. So talk about
bring
like
that list up.
So talk about like interesting things like to add to the weight of it. It's like, wow, well, this guy arguably had one of the better years up until recent, and outside of recent, that's actually when it didn't. So if you take when the scale
Well, it's
that
crazy 'cause
PW
number 4 is Page too.
Yeah.
Hangman.
Right.
Right.
So it's like, that's a great question, but I mean, I think for the longevity of AEW, I think you have to keep the Elite, right? Because the Elite are what AEW is. Literally in the fucking name of wrestling, AEW is Elite. So without the Elite, does AEW actually even exist? And I would probably say no. But we could be leaning more towards that soon, you know, like a very interesting time to see what happens. I mean, we're still very much in the dark about everything, you know.
Gun to the head. Who do you think number 57 is on the PWI list?
I'm gonna say that'd be someone pretty good, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
What company? What company?
WWE.
Let's go with Rey Mysterio.
No. Take 3 guesses. Number 57 on the PWI list.
Single superstar?
Not currently, but not in a tag team either, but he's in a stable.
Whoa. Damian Priest.
It's Damian Priest. That was pretty good, bro. That was pretty fucking good.
I went from Rey Mysterio, Damian Priest. It's island of relevancy there. You know, I was in the right ballpark with my first guess.
Well, you asked if you. Well, all right. Now you have to guess what number is Rey Mysterio. He is on the list. I will tell you that.
74.
Oh my God, that's a crazy guess. He's 174.
Whoa.
He's
What's Dominic
100
Mysterio?
further, but you said 74. you know?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mercury's in retrograde. That's probably why I'm just not.
People are talking. What does that mean, by the way? All right, Dom Mysterio, guess what he is? I'll tell you this. He's higher up, lower on the list, meaning like worse than his father.
222.
Yo, bro, 292. You're off by one number. All right. I'm gonna give you. All right, ready? Hold on. This list goes to 500, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is? I think this is fun.
Yeah.
All right. Who is number? No, that's not gonna be fun. You'll never get that. All right. Who's number 250?
250. Now, this is what this is.
250.
This is gonna be my formula. I'm gonna give a guess, and then you could tell me if I'm in the right company or not. Okay.
I'll say he's
250.
not in WWE. I'll say that.
Oh, ready.
Yeah.
250 is going to be. Um. Uh, Eddie Kingston.
No.
I
No.
feel like that's
but
really downgrading Eddie
I like
Kingston.
that guess though. I feel like Eddie Kingston's got to be higher than 250.
Yeah, he's
right?
probably like in
better-
the
better.
100s range.
Yeah, he's got to be at least. Eddie Kingston might
Top
be in the
100.
top. I think he might be. I'm gonna guess he's in double digits. Eddie Kingston. All right, I'll give you more hints of this guy.
Okay.
This is a guy who that like they thought he's in. He's in AEW.
Okay.
He's in AEW. They
I
thought
think
he
I know.
wasn't gonna. They thought he wasn't gonna get re-signed,
And then he got re-signed.
but then
I-
he did get re-signed.
My guess was Claudio.
No,
No.
he's probably low. He's probably pretty bad.
didn't really
'cause he was
wrestle.
out for most of the year. Yeah.
Thought he was going to get re-signed, but didn't get re-signed. Joey Janela.
Nope.
Oh.
Big
right, what is
jacked guy.
Big Jack guy. Big Jack guy. Brian Cage.
Yes, 250. Brian Cage.
That's
All right,
how much
guess
he weighed.
Eddie Kingston.
All right, so I fucked up with the Eddie Kingston 250. That was just a dumb,
Okay,
I
First
apologize
off,
for
Eddie
that.
Kingston or Kofi Kingston? Who has a better ranking? Okay.
Ooh.
Since I did Control F on this, I have both Kingstons up.
And Eddie isn't even the number one Kingston that CM Punk wrestled, according to
That's
CM
what he said.
Punk.
He said it's
Um,
Kofi, right?
Eddie or Kofi? I mean, my gut wants to say Kofi, but I think Eddie might actually be higher.
Eddie has a better.
Okay,
Eddie's better. It's technically lower, right? But yeah.
he's higher on the list. Let's go. I'm gonna say Eddie Kingston 63,
Okay, and what are you giving Kofi Kingston?
71.
Eddie Kingston at 40.
Wow, good for
That's
Eddie Kingston.
really good, right?
Yeah, he wrestled a ton too. He was in every match. I seriously undervalued Eddie Kingston, and that's bad of me.
Kofi Kingston at 85.
Yeah, not a lot of high moments for Kofi.
Well, let's
this year.
talk about this PWI list. Like, these lists are always fun. They're stupid and they're fun, you know?
Well, the number one talked about thing was Moxley not being in the top 10.
So Moxie's number 12 here, which I think is crazy, to be honest. Especially when you look at some of the people.
Well, the parameters
below
of the
him.
PWI 500 are interesting, right? It has a lot to do with like wins and
It's very
title
kayfabe,
reigns,
right?
Wins, title reigns, like
It's kind of fun because it's kayfabe, right? Like, it goes by booking, right?
Yeah,
Like, Roman is number one in here, like, and like that's awesome because he's clearly number one.
Mhm.
I like that they respect him like that, you know? I think Omega is he's not even going to be on here, right? Because he didn't wrestle. No, they put him 19 still.
Yeah.
All right. Makes no sense, but all right.
well, Cody missed time, Mox missed time.
Yeah, but Cody did enough. His impact was
y-
so strong. Cody should be like number 2.
Look at my
But he's
man
number
Big E,
6.
number 9. Big E, number 9. Love that.
So Biggie number 9, I mean, I like the sentiment of it, but it, I don't know. He did not have a better
Matt
year than
Cardona,
John Moxley.
13.
Big E should not be lower on this list than Moxley. That's just crazy. Not to even knock Big E's spot, but Moxley belongs below him, or high. Let's say, are we saying below or higher? Higher means,
Yeah, Mike above.
above is better, right? We'll say it as better. All right, we'll swap that. All right, so number 1's Roman Reigns. Number 2's Okada. I don't know. I don't follow New Japan enough to know if that makes sense, but whatever. Feels like Jay White should be.
Yeah, like
better
he's
on this
down there
list.
too. Jay's
Jay
23.
White is number 23. It seems kind of crazy, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of, it is.
Get like a killer year, no?
Yeah. My lights just went.
So then they put Okada, but then they put Punk. And I agree. I think Punk belongs. I think Punk does belong. I mean, he was hurt, but I don't know. But then Hangman and Page is so interesting, you know.
Here's the thing about this list. It just
But
is like
Hangman and Page list is because he held the title for so long, right?
Yeah, but it's also just so like all over the place. This list, you know, like they try and do a really good job, but like I think they just drop the ball with this thing where it's like get all the journalists and stuff together and have them submit like their votes and then like let the rest fall into place with something, because this list is, it's like I get it, but like, you know,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's whatever.
all
right. Anyway, they put Lashley at number 5, which I think is pretty interesting.
I love that. Well, you had the
I do
WWE
think
title for a little bit, and
Lashley had a
US
pretty
title.
fucking. I agree. 'Cause Lashley deserves some. He does deserve some respect. All right, whatever. Rollins seems very low, stupidly low, as in terms of bad. Rollins at number 17.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. MJF number 16, but MJF. I don't know. MJF should probably be in the top 10, to be honest. I guess he was gone for a little bit, but it was an effective gone.
Well, maybe next week we make our own lists again.
We make our
Let's see
own
where-
PWI list. We should
Yeah,
follow
we'll
the
make
parameters. Do it our own way.
Do the
Do they
top
make a
10.
women's list?
They have a separate women's list, but it comes out like later in the year. I think like next month or something.
All right, Tullo, just to jump back to what we were actually talking about. So if Tony Khan had to choose between the two,
Yeah.
the answer to this is he should, at all costs, try to keep both of them and tell them all to remember that this is pro wrestling and they owe it to the fans to feud in the ring. That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't agree with that now, like that whole sentiment more. Like I completely agree.
right? Like, we shouldn't. Don't like this is pro wrestling, baby. It's filthy. It's business. You guys don't need to fucking love each other. You know what I mean? But you need to protect each other in the ring and entertain the fans. And AEW as a company, if they all claim to care so much about this company, even though I'm reading that I showed you Young Bucks put some feelers out to WWE is what they said, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're sending me like sports skeeta fucking screenshots over here, bro.
I don't know, bro. I
You
just
just-
feel like this stuff that I read. I'm starting to think like it's all true. Enough of it is true, you
fucking
know?
QAnon got you, bro.
I don't know because
I don't know.
you don't think the Young Bucks feel that? Doesn't that feel believable?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because like you got. I said this when Cody left. I said Cody leaving is a major crack in the foundation that the building the AEW is built on, right?
100.
Like, all these guys are gonna start thinking like, should I be going over there too?
You know, I had a ripple
And the Young
effect,
Bucks
I
are
think.
at the perfect time to go over. You know?
Yeah.
They can wrestle way safer in WWE. They'll make more money, and now they're starting to have, they're starting. All these guys are starting to see the chinks in the chain, of AEW.
I said to you also was like, man, if NXT Black and Gold is coming back, and that's what they tease. Hold on, I got a burp because I just had a Waterloo grape seltzer, by the way. Big grape guy. Are you a grape guy?
I'm a big grape guy, like grape flavor or grape,
Yeah,
because those
grape
are
flavor.
two things that have nothing to do with each other.
Grape
Correct?
yeah.
Or incorrect.
100% accurate. They're not even the same thing.
The grape flavor is truly. Who decided that grape flavored stuff has anything to do with grapes?
Yeah.
You know, it's
They're not
almost
even
like how not even close. And also, wine is made from grapes, which is always surprising because that doesn't taste like grapes either. You know, a lot happens. You know, and then
Write that
fucking
down.
a raisin is also a grape somehow. I think I just stumbled upon my next Seinfeld bit. I mean,
I'm telling you right.
I got.
What is the deal with grapes?
We'll record this. I don't know
Sometimes
what
there are
fixes it. That is
flavors.
so true. The grape is doing a lot of flavor work, considering something that tastes the same. Like, so when you think, here's another thing about grapes. Most people eat. Is this fair to say? Most people eat when you eat a grape. Most of the time, it's a green grape, or no? Fair or unfair?
Fair.
I think more times green grapes are eaten more than the purple grape, but the purple grape gets way more love. Correct or incorrect?
Correct.
Especially in art. People ain't even interested in drawing a green grape.
Have you had these cotton candy grapes? They're fucking phenomenal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You never had cotton candy grapes?
Cotton candy grapes?
Yeah, they're grapes, but they have like taste like cotton candy. I actually kind of look like cotton candy right now.
But they grow in the ground, like they're like actual.
Yeah.
There's like a tree that makes these.
Yeah.
Wow, I gotta get those.
They're
How do I get those?
Yeah, any supermarket will have them. Just go to the grape section and then look at the ones that say cotton candy grapes.
So the green grape, I think, is served a lot more than the purple grape. But the purple grape is the assumed default player grape.
Got a hot
Correct
tip. Got a hot tip for you. Take some grapes, put them in the freezer. Then, when you pour yourself a nice glass of white wine, instead of using ice cubes if you want to chill it, you put the green grapes in. That way, your wine doesn't get watered down, and then you have a tasty treat at the end.
Wow, is that something you do in like for events, or is it just something you just do for your life?
Actually, something I discovered at an event. The host was using frozen grapes in wine, and I was like, "That's a great idea." Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, it doesn't water down the wine."
I love that for you. I love that for me. I just love that in general. That's a great tip.
Everybody's, I mean, coming up to the fall, grab yourself a nice glass of.
You ever hear about this? Tullo's uses grapes as ice cubes.
Like you freeze the grapes.
You freeze a grape, and then you put it in, and then it tastes. The grape
in your
absorbs
wine.
the drink.
Well,
a lot of times people do it in white wine.
You put it in white wine so it doesn't water down your wine.
I love that.
And then,
I was sitting with my mom. My mom doesn't give a shit. So we're at my brother's wife's family's house. It's like my sister-in-law's family, and familially, and we're drinking familially.
Familia.
And we talk about Fast and the Furious. Familially.
You can have any beer in here as long as it's a Corona.
So, okay. My sister-in-law's father's he likes to drink like nice wines, So he pours my mom like a beautiful Malbec or something or whatever, like a nice red wine. And and she pours it in the glasses, and my mom takes fucking seltzer.
Oh.
She just cracks a seltzer, pours it in.
What flavor?
Drops just a regular, no
Club
flavor.
soda, babe.
And just drops ice cubes and just drinks. She's like, I don't give a shit. Everything's getting spritzed with my mom. Everything's getting
That's
spritzed.
like the most Long Island thing to do. Like, like just a Long Island mom. She's like, some wine? Great. Let me get my seltzer.
Oh,
bloop, 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 bloop.
Nothing makes me happier when my mom makes red wine cold. She's like, I don't get it. I like wine cold. I don't know. What do you want? It's the best. It's like, because it's like, most of the time, someone pours me a wine, I wish it was cold.
Yeah.
Because I just like cold drinks. But I'm not going to fucking put cubes in it. But my mom will drop ice cubes in a wine. She don't give a shit,
Yeah.
Oh,
Sherry.
I love that. There are no rules. My mom's very no DQ when it comes to wine. But yeah, so we were saying, it's true. So who decided that the grape flavor for like candies and stuff is related to grape?
Let me tell you,
it's not even close.
There's a couple superior grape flavor things. One, grape blow pop. Severely underrated grape blow pop flavor.
I was never a fan of the grape blow pop, but now
strawberry.
that you're saying it, my brain is going like, I should revisit.
Yeah. The strawberry blow pop flavor is like fucking dynamite. But
great.
Grape flavor, incredible. And then grape big league chew, fire.
Yeah.
Like absolute flames.
That was a big grape. Hey. Can we watermelon flavor?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with watermelon either. Correct?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Right, like watermelons wish
Like
they taste like that.
peach
They wish.
flavor.
Yeah.
Peach.
I think people
Cherry
like
flavor?
watermelon more.
Cherry.
I think people like watermelon. Yeah, cherry is kind of
They
close,
like
right?
watermelon more than watermelon flavor.
And I think that the PR that the watermelon flavored candy has done has made people think they like watermelon more than they do. Because the watermelon's refreshing, but it's not. It's not doing for me what a watermelon candy like. That flavor is fucking great. Whoever decided that's watermelon, I love that.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm a big watermelon guy. I love watermelon flavor.
I don't like watermelon, but I eat it.
Oh, I
okay?
love watermelon.
It tastes like it tastes like a
You're
dirty
crazy.
sponge.
No, you're dumb. That's a
I eat it
horrible statement.
because
That might be your worst take of all time.
the texture of watermelon is filthy sponge.
Oh,
Okay,
you're-
and let me tell you,
you're-
it's like just right. Like go to your sink right now. You know, sometimes the sponge is underneath all
I got
the
'em.
dishes.
I even have one of those
Eat
smiley
it, it's a
face
watermelon.
ones. You know that.
But I eat. Can I say something? I eat watermelon. I've learned to like watermelon because it looks so refreshing, and everybody enjoys it. And I love the ways you can serve watermelon. You can ball a watermelon. That's fun. And but most importantly, that you could pizza slice
Yeah.
a watermelon.
You can.
That I don't want to be a guy who's not partaking in that. But
Mhm.
I don't like my brother. Literally, my brother Mikey. He takes a watermelon, like a huge one, right?
Yeah.
He cuts it in half and just takes a spoon
Yeah.
and eats one side, then the other. He eats a full watermelon in one
Yeah.
sitting.
That's great.
It's like insanity.
You ever like have a salad with a little watermelon, a little feta cheese in there? You
Yes.
know?
So watermelon, another thing. Great. It actually is
Little
interesting. When
Himalayan
you
sea
use it to
salt.
refresh something, very good.
Mm.
But the texture of watermelon.
That's
Now,
crazy.
Here's the thing about fruit in general. You rarely get a good one of almost any fruit anymore. Do you notice this?
You know what the fire watermelon flavor
This is the
thing?
Pro Wrestling Pod.
You know what the
I-
fire
when was
watermelon
the
flavor
last
thing?
time you had like a great piece of fruit?
I had a peach the other day that just
You
rocked
got
my
a good
socks.
peach?
Oh, bro.
I fucking never got a good peach.
Oh, you got to come to Austin, bro. We got all the peaches, millions of peaches for free, bro. I mean, they're everywhere. They
You're
are.
the United States President of the United States.
I'll
of America.
get a peach out of the fucking fridge right now and eat it in your face and show you how fucking juicy it is. These and cherries. I had cherries in my
Stuff
fridge
can't
too.
be good fruit.
Yo, I'm telling you, here's a life hack for everybody too. Instead of buying like junk food, just put a lot of really good fruit in your house and just eat that shit all the time. Because guess what? A peach is just as delightful as a chocolate chip cookie. Okay.
Okay, where are you at on? Christina does this. Where are you at on putting like stevia on fruit or like sweetener on fruit?
No, there's no
This
need.
is
There's
like-
already
this
so
should
much
be
natural
illegal.
sugar. Yeah, that's crazy. What do you need? You know? Shit, I was gonna say all time.
All right, one last thing I want to say about fruit. Did you ever eat? When I was a kid, I grew up. My mom made me bananas, strawberries, and sour cream.
sour cream.
Yeah. My mom,
Not
you
yogurt?
Slice up. No, not yogurt. You ever slice up banana? You slice up strawberry, you put it in, and you add sour cream.
Sour cream?
Yeah, sour cream. This was my mom fed me this as a kid all the time. We loved it, and I've anyone else have this? There's no way it's just me. Christina, have you ever heard that?
This feels like. Listen, I'm not gonna like. I'm sorry
Yeah.
if this is like it's saying in the. But
It
like,
might
this
be
feels
too
like
Jewish.
Is it a
Is
Jewish
it a Jew
thing?
You think?
Yeah.
It might be a Jew thing. No, it might not be a Jew thing. It's not anti-Semitic that things are Jew things.
That's like my mom serving me like cantaloupe and honeydew with a little regatta on the side.
I know, but the Italians make better.
Which is
food.
probably
It just is
fire.
what it is.
No, oh, yo, melon with a
Italian
little
food is way
fucking
better.
prosciutto.
You know how I feel about Italian
Yo,
food.
like
Italian
a good.
The best food. It's not even close. They smoke all things. But
I
then
was listening to
the
some-
dessert game, their cookies. We talk about it. The
Bro,
cookies
chicken parm is like the most.
It's the number one best food.
Someone was ripping on chicken. I was listening to something the other day. They were ripping on chicken parm. I wanted to kill him. I wanted to
Who's
slice their
ripping on
throat.
chicken parm?
I was listening to some fucking something on YouTube was on it, and they were like, "Chicken parm, bro, it's kind of overrated." I'm like,
Oh my god, saying chicken parm is overrated is just the dumb. It's actually the dumbest thing I've ever heard. All right, let's talk about wrestling. But one thing I'll say, last thing I'll say, was in Mexico. I love Mexican food so much. I went to Mexico. I ate so much Mexican food,
Yeah.
so many tacos. It was fucking great. I did hit a place
I had
where I was like,
tacos
yo, I
today.
need a different cuisine, right? And I went in Mexico to a Thai place. Okay?
You get the drunken noodles.
I got like pad see ew and like
Wow.
an appetizer sampler, you know? And let me tell you, it was so fucking good. If you eat Mexican for a week straight and then switch, do an abrupt cuisine switch
Yeah.
to like something like soy sauce based or something,
Yeah.
it is such a change.
Oh
It is
yeah.
delightful.
I got
Kevin
I got
Owens cut a great promo on Raw. What'd you think?
bro.
Can we
I
talk
mean,
about Kevin Owens?
so someone asked in the Discord. Let's go to the Discord.
Where's Kevin Owens on the PWI? Let me look it up.
Yeah. John Rodriguez.
I'm gonna
said,
say he's in the top 30. Is what I'm gonna say.
yeah, like 29, maybe at 34 or something like that.
Nope.
At Tiptoe Tullo, was Kevin Owens' promo on Monday the best of his career? Sounded like shoot went off on Austin Theory, during that whole segment. You know,
Kevin Owens 36.
if I've number 36, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Kevin Owens is a national fucking treasure. This guy is the best of the best. He is in the money zone, and I honestly think we are on the precipice of probably the greatest run in Kevin Owens' career. Like, and it goes back to this WrestleMania and the work that he put in at this Mania, and now he's carrying over into this new, the prize fighter Kevin Owens, where he comes out and challenges everybody. His promos are authentic as fuck. This week was insane, and like he is everything that you love about professional wrestling. Guy knows how to tell a fucking story. He knows how to wrestle a fucking match. The shit he's doing in the ring now too. I mean, I've, like if there was two titles right now, Kevin Owens would be the other champion.
Well, that you see, you just hit what I was gonna say. Kevin Owens clearly in a money zone. We have WB, it's every dirt sheet article that's coming out right now is basically like, one of those WB's got a real problem because Roman's got that title, Because what do you do with a guy like KO?
I mean, I'll tell you the perfect thing. You ready for it? Seth Rollins got Bobby Lashley next week on Raw. You have Seth Rollins win that title, and then you have Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Easy.
At what?
Whatever.
Survivor Series?
Fuck it. Who cares? Royal
Where
Rumble.
are we at? I mean, we don't even have a pay-per-view in the horizon. Oh, Extreme Rules coming up?
Extreme Rules.
Yeah, that could be cool.
I
It's
mean,
interesting, though, because it's like Roman's the champ. He's not there as much.
here's the thing, though. What's going on in WWE is a lot of wrestlers are making names for themselves right now. And titles are important again. And like the mid-card titles are important again. So you see something like Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley, you're like, all right, that's fucking cool as fuck, right? But there are so many wrestlers shining right now that like it's not the worst thing, because WWE is in a sweet little zone right now where they're able to tell other storylines that don't have to involve titles, right? These personal, deep storylines. So, I mean, I'm here for it. I think Kevin Owens is on another level right now, and I'm so fucking pumped for him to be in this Triple H era, and that he stuck around and said, "Fuck it, I like being here at WWE, and I'm gonna do it." And now he's shining more than ever. And he even talked about in this promo too about how he was handed, how he's so savvy with that shit. Like he knew he was saying to Austin Theory, kind of like saw a little bit of himself. It's like, you've been handing these opportunities. And like instantly my brain went, well, Kevin, so were you. Triple H literally fucking pedigreed Seth and helped you win. Like, and then he mentions it. And you're like, see, this is a guy who fucking gets it, man. Just gets it. God, I fucking love that guy.
Well, I think that I think Kevin Owens is becoming kind of like he's becoming like an elder statesman over there. He's a veteran kind of at this point, and he's like one of the top dudes. But it's interesting because he's like kind of one of Triple H's first guys, really. You know,
Good point.
and so you could say Seth too, but it's interesting because for some reason the Shield guys they feel more like Vince guys to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Because they were brought up as they were brought up as a Shield by Vince.
And they're more
were,
traditional talents in
Right.
terms of look and everything.
Kevin
too,
Owens
like-
was Kevin Owens in NXT, and he's Kevin Owens in WWE. Rollins, Roman, and Mox, Dean, whatever, were those guys in NXT, and then they came up as the Shield. Much different scenario, you know.
KO also feels like a guy like won over Vince. Feels like a guy that Vince probably
Totally.
first looked at him and was like, "What the fuck is this guy?" And then he was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I feel comfortable with him main eventing Mania with Stone Cold." You know.
Yeah.
So like, you know, he gave him the highest praise. You know,
Yeah.
he's like, so I think it's pretty interesting. That role, it's just weird because I'm like, oh, he'd be such a great champion right now, and you're like, oh well, can't you have the Roman thing in the way?
Yeah, but there's
and
no
you don't
real.
even have an IC title on Raw, you know?
Yeah, and
So
I
you
think
kind of have like no titles on Raw, really, you know?
I'm interested to see where the direction of WWE goes now. Especially, that's a really great point. It's like, do we lose? Do we drop the brand like split? What do you think? Feels like we're trending because I'm starting to think like the titles are gonna eventually change and get unified, right? So we'll have one title each, and then when that happens, you really gotta kind of have to drop the brand split. Like there's no uniqueness, there's no point,
Yeah.
you know. And I honestly don't think that's a bad thing for WWE because the talent is like overwhelming right now. Like you look across. I can name 20 wrestlers right now that are just absolutely fucking killing it, you know, like top to bottom. Like they are just stacked in a way. And half of them are probably women's wrestlers too. Like there's a huge big difference between the two products in what WWE is and AEW is. And I kind of love them for both what they are now, you know? So I think we're gonna see a lot more Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn's, or you know, like look at these wrestlers that you thought didn't really have a direction, but now they're starting to shine again. The Finn Balor's, like, listen, Judgment Day's fucking cool. I'm sorry, there's no denying it. Like, they're fucking cool. It's a fucking cool stable. The shit they did with Dom this week too was good, and I'm still never
Dominic
abandoned.
looks really pretty fucking good in there. It's probably his best zone, you know.
Tell me about it, right? Like
Well, they're kind of playing the thing. He like kind of they're like, oh, I made him a man. Like Rhea's like, I made him a man, right?
dude, and it's fucking it's cool to see like what something looked like under Vince's direction to what it looks like under Triple H's direction, right? And it's just like, damn, like this guy can literally take the things that were working and shine them up, but then take the things that were shit on, and then he's like, all right, reset button, let's go. Like there's wrestlers still back there, like the Dominic Dijakovics and the Mustafa Ali's and
Oh yeah, Dijakovic, remember
like
him?
there's guys just waiting in the wing, and now there's also this vibe of NXT too. Again, like I texted you, and I think this is like one of my main points. Like, yo, if Black and Gold is back and Triple H starts recruiting wrestlers back, like think about that. It's like building up NXT, like again, like to bring in this talent to put these wrestlers. Think about these indie wrestlers that never thought about going WWE anymore. Now are like, shit, if I go to NXT, sharpen my skills. If I make it to WWE, sick. If I don't, I'm gonna be even more primed on the indies, or I'll be fucking signed by AEW. So like it all starts to make sense in a crazy way what the future of WWE looks like. And I think that's attracting a lot of eyes, like from all directions. I think AEW wrestlers are starting to look. I think indie wrestlers are starting to be like, oh shit, I thought I was gonna go to AEW, but now like, oh, I can get into NXT and work my way up. Like, there's gonna be a lot of room too, because Triple H has his guys down there too, the Mellows, things like that. Like, it's sick.
Interesting because you know what's interesting. It's interesting because you know what's interesting is what I just said. But it's interesting because timing is everything in wrestling. And timing is everything in anything, truthfully. But
Can I just interrupt you real quick?
Yeah.
Real quick. Hold your thought. I just got an update on my phone from ESPN that said NFL or WWE. Travis Kelce is body slammed by Chargers Derwin James Jr. in one of the more wild tackles you'll ever see. So if you don't think wrestling's on top of the world right now, you're crazy.
I do. I think it is. So, what I'm saying is, what's interesting is how timing plays into everything.
Mhm.
Like Gargano easily could have signed with AEW, right,
Mhm.
and been kind of in the Adam Cole Jabrone zone, right?
Mhm.
And I think, and then the timing kind of worked out for him to come back to WWE at like the really perfect time for him. And the timing for Gargano it reminds me of like when Moxley left WWE, right when AEW was starting up, you know.
Yeah.
And then he showed up at All Out, right? They like worked out a deal with him. He didn't leave to go to AEW. It just kind of worked out that way, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Uh, and I think for Gargano, he got lucky he didn't go to AEW. He went back to WWE at the perfect time because he did you see his gear?
Yeah.
No, no Marvel shit on it.
I don't know what
Like
that was. Yeah, I
I
was
looked it
trying.
up because I follow who makes their gear. And by the way, there's a good follow on Instagram. This guy, I think it's called Main Event Gear. Let me look it up. This guy is worth following.
Read the description. Oof.
Shit, hold on, I'm trying to find what's the name? Is it Main Event
That
Gear?
sounds right.
Trying to find the handle. Yeah, here it is. It's at Main Event Gear. It's all. This guy makes like the gear for like tons of wrestlers, WWE guys, and he posted Gargano's. Yeah, he posted Gargano's gear, and it's I think it's the Cincinnati skyline, I believe.
Mm.
So that's fucking cool. Cleveland, sorry, Cleveland
Cleveland.
skyline. Hey, that's fine. The dude's from Cleveland. That's fucking good. But this dude, if you follow him, he made his new vest, which was sick. Look at this vest. You can see the picture here.
Yeah.
The
This
lights
never
are
works,
up.
Dan.
This works.
Never works, Dan. It never.
That.
Oh yeah,
that-
yeah, yeah,
that-
yeah. I finally
His
saw.
vest was fucking cool. It wasn't cosplay. And yeah, but he makes Edge's gear. This guy makes Hangman Adam Page's gear, like all the good shit. Ricochet's gear. This guy's making all the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so what this guy does on Instagram is that whenever the gear debuts, you know,
Mhm.
then like once they walk out, he posts pictures of it. And like it'll post even his original drawings for them, like the blueprints of it. Dude's
Love
good.
that.
It's weird how the only guys who do cosplay like it never bothers me is fucking New Day. You know?
When they did that Scorpion Sub Zero, that was dope.
Yeah. Their shit's kind of fun because it's like it's kind of all part of their thing, right? They're kind of like fun like that. But anyway, yeah. So Kevin Owens in good zone. What do you? When do you see Austin Theory cashing in? I think they might ride this out for a while.
It seems like we're going in that direction, right? Like I don't know when it's gonna happen. So it's very interesting to see
Because they're
what.
probably gonna split those titles, and then he'll go for one of them, right?
Man, he's fucking talented, dude. Like
He's looking so jacked. He has the most. He has the most jacked arms. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a huge. Such a Cena. He's becoming like a Cena build, right? We've said this before. He looks like Cena.
yeah,
You know,
he's
fucking great.
I think he's in a very unique zone where all the like failures are working very much in his favor. Like all the crazy stuff. It's making him very hated, and it's like that's exactly what you want with a briefcase holder. It's interesting.
Um, jumping to the other thing we were talking about. So Logan Paul is gonna be on SmackDown this week to address Roman Reigns.
Wild.
Uh, and so like I think people kind of got worked by this. I think they kind of just mentioned it casually on that podcast, right?
Mhm.
And then maybe it's a real thing, Roman Logan Paul. It's kind of hard for them to when Logan Paul
It's a
Roman Reigns is pretty
very,
good for
very.
business.
It's a very, very smart move in terms of like eyes. And
Yeah.
right now, there's eyes on the product. So if Jake Paul is going to fight Anderson Silva and, Logan Paul is going to wrestle Roman Reigns, there's going to be a lot of current buzz going on about that happening. And you know what? People are going to, they're a multimedia company. People are going to fucking see those clips. They're going to, that podcast got like insane amount of views in like a short amount of time. It was like 1.5 million in like no time. It's like,
the real question is Logan Paul willing to just lose to Roman?
yeah, why not? Get to
Well,
wrestle Roman
these
fucking
guys
Reigns.
got big fucking egos,
Is Logan Paul willing to lose to fucking Roman Reigns? Yeah, dude.
why
it's
not?
Professional. Yeah, he's not CM Punk. Not
Well,
demanding that
he might
that
actually
Hangman
be like,
loses.
yo, I want to fucking, and not that he's gonna win. They won't let him win, but he might, I don't know. I could
Come
see
on.
crazier shit. Him being like, yo, here's
He
the deal.
beat the Miz. It's good enough, bro. You don't have to fucking.
If Logan Paul puts up a good fight against Roman Reigns, is that kind of silly?
No, not at all.
He came into wrestling this quick, and then is
And
immediately
he's a big
able
dude, and
to-
he's all right. He put up a good fight against Floyd Mayweather. Like, I know that's a fucking ridiculous statement, but he like fought Floyd Mayweather. Like he can wrestle Roman Reigns. Sure.
Oh yeah, what happened with that fight? I didn't see that, but what
I
happened
don't
there?
know. It went
Just
like 8
to time?
rounds. It was like a joke.
Doesn't like Floyd Mayweather just always go to time?
Yeah, pretty much. But like
He
it
just goes
was
all around.
very much a calculated fight, if you want to call it that.
I do want to call it that. So do we what do we got for Extreme Rules? I know it's Liv is going another Ronda Rousey match, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ronda's trying to recruit Shayna Baszler. They seem to
Yeah.
have a moment backstage, which is cool.
Well,
Shayna
the
looks
only match
fucking.
we have is Liv.
Shayna looks sick, dude. Man,
October 8th.
we had Damage Control now winning the tag titles back, or not
Yeah.
back, but winning the tag titles. I'm thinking, man, did you see? Let's take a hot chick detour here. But
Yeah.
Sasha and Naomi, New York City Fashion Week.
Fashion Week. I saw that.
Man, and like, dude, like, let's
That was
get
pretty
that.
fun.
I'm like so hyped for Sasha's return, dude. I am, and Naomi's
Do we
return
know they're
too.
gonna
but
come back together, right?
I don't know. I hope so, but like, I am like insanely hyped for that. Like, in a wild, wild way. Like,
Yeah. You're a dirty dog. What can we say?
and Solo won the North American title on NXT. Did you see that? So now
I
the
saw
Bloodline
that.
got another title.
Yeah,
That's
do you think-
fucking
I
dope.
figured they just did that just so he could walk holding a title with them, right?
I said, "Here's my thing. You ready? What I want? I want Sammy to go down to NXT and beat Braun Breaker for the NXT title, and then like Sammy and Solo can run the show for the
Oh.
Bloodline on NXT, and then and
Sammy
have the
Braun Breaker
titles
feud
on the
would be pretty fucking cool.
and then have the titles on the main shows too. They carry them around and then show up on NXT. I think that's a money thing for Triple H to do. That kind of cross exposure. That's what he wants, and then it leads to fucking Survivor Series. Ooh, doggy.
It's fun. A lot of cool shit going down. What do we got for? I don't know. What do we know? What SmackDown Rampage this week? Nothing.
Well, I will say, all right.
we
So
know
we
Logan
got
Paul coming.
next week we got Grand Slam. We have Orange Cassidy versus Pac. Did you see that? Orange
Yeah.
Cassidy versus Pac. We got we have to go here, but holy fucking shit, the Acclaimed are over. I mean, god
Yeah.
damn. I mean, talk about these guys are gonna win the titles at Grand Slam. It's gonna be fucking sick. They're gonna, Long Island, Max Caster, New York guys like hometown, like they're gonna win those things. It's gonna be sick. And then we got the title match, and then I don't think Wardlow has a match yet, but I will say, man, like this fatal 4-way for the women's match. You just did a fatal 4-way at fucking All Out. Now this, like, come on, man. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to fucking
I know,
book
they
a
keep
women's storyline. It's so fucking crazy, dude. They have Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter standing right there. Their rivalry's brewing. Have them wrestle Tony Storm, on Friday. Like, Rampage is live too. Like,
Yeah.
Just, man, just drives me fucking crazy.
They're trying to
bro.
figure all that out.
All
They
out.
got to find a way to make Tony Storm a little more interesting. I like Tony Storm. She's very talented. I like that she's the champion. I'm not knocking that. I just think that I could use a little more from her.
Why is
Like,
Jade not on Dynamite? She's a
I don't know.
TBS champion. It's on TBS. Why is she not on there every
I
fucking
don't know.
week?
That's weird that they all those titles. It's AW all the time. I mean, we talk about it over and over. The titles, it's a bajillion titles. Anyway,
Fucking yeah. So ROH stuff. We got Samoa Joe versus Bear Grylls or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. It's fucking
weird.
crazy.
Samoa Joe. They kind of like bury Samoa Joe in ROH. It's kind of odd. Samoa Joe, I think, is a big fucking star. Like, let's see like Samoa Joe Wardlow. You know what I mean? Let's see some big fucking matches over there. You know. I don't know why Samoa Joe always kind of. I don't like Samoa Joe with that ROH title.
That's
It's
cool, man.
It's a cool idea, but he's Samoa Joe. Like, he's one of the
got
big.
Jay
Samoa Joe
Lethal.
should be wrestling Moxley and shit.
Yeah, we
you
got
know?
Jay Lethal, fucking wettest fart of fucking all time. That guy's a wet fucking
Oh
fart.
man. All right, let's
All
get
right.
out of here. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
man. Hey, man, I think this is fantastic.
We're back, baby. Let's try to we'll coordinate our schedule this week. See if we'll get one in. But everybody, thanks for fucking coming back. I'm glad we're back at studio, baby. Good to be home.
Can I just answer a question real quick? Real quick.
Do it.
M.
I didn't see
Kohler,
another one.
M. Kohler said, with PWI just releasing the top 500 wrestlers of 2022, who are the top 5 hot guys to take detours to? Easy.
Take detours to?
Easy. 1, Wardlow. 2,
Wardlow.
Wardlow. 3, Wardlow. 4, Wardlow. 5, Hangman Adam Page.
All right, you heard it here first, everybody. The hot guy detour. Wardlow. Hangman Adam Page. Patreon.com, support the podcast, patreon.com/comedians of wrestling, get access to our bonus episodes, which will be popping up randomly, sporadically, throughout. We'll try to get one in this week since we were out. I'll check your schedule. We'll check it together.
Maybe we'll
And
maybe
then,
we'll have a good off the path bonus episode to do. Maybe
Well,
we'll
we're
do
gonna
House
talk a
of-
little. We gotta do Game of Thrones.
Oh man, did you watch the last episode?
Yeah. That episode was great.
Brothel's so hot right now. Man.
That episode was really good. The show got spicy from that. The drama they created there that it'll go out throughout the whole rest of the series was great. Love that. It's always I won't spoil it. We'll talk about it in the bonus, but always familial sexual tension.
It's got to be
Everybody, that's it. Familial sexual tension. Patreon.com/comedians wrestling. Everybody, hey, keep watching wrestling. Kisses.
Don't worry my ass.